Hello everyone, Flying a Line here again. Let me ask you this time, are your whips whack? Do they look like
Oh, God.
when they should look like? Ooh, baby. Well, that's unfortunate. But luckily for you, I'm here to show you 5 excellent whipping exercises that I have implemented into my own training and that of the training at California Tricking to improve your whipping moves. Let's get started. First on our list is a movement borrowed from capoeira. It's called queixada. So, I like to use something about hip height to measure my kicks with, and all you're going to be doing is just doing outside crescent kicks consecutively over the foam roller or whatever you have, maybe a little brother or a cousin or something. So, just outside crescent, just like that. Just has to go right over. So I'm stepping over and in every time. Over, in, over, in. And as you get more balanced with this, you should eventually be able to go faster and thus higher. So doing this movement, whether singles or doubles, is really going to activate your gluteus medius as well as your obliques, which are the main components for whipping motions. Eventually, once you get good enough at the singles, you should try doubles. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Next on our list, we won't need any equipment, just open floor, because this is going to be back and forth cartwheels. As the name implies, you just do cartwheels back and forth. Level 1. Level 2, you don't take your hands off the ground. And level 3, only one foot touches the ground. Oh, that's better. One more time, level 3. So as you can see when I do this, I'm using my obliques to pull myself over. I'm not really jumping off the ground with the foot that's on the ground, it's just there to catch me and stabilize me. So, ironically, the slower you go for this one, the harder it is. One more time. It's also important to note that this exercise isn't perfectly in line. I'll do it sideways so you can see. It's just whatever angle is easiest for you to balance. Because remember, this is a workout, not an actual move. Next move, all we're gonna need is something about knee height on which to support ourselves. This is the whipping lunge. So, start off in front of your object and just get a good lunge in. Just like that. Nice and stable, knee never touches the ground. What you're going to start adding in is lifting your leg, balancing on the front one. We're lifting from the butt, and we're holding it there with the glutes. All right, so back is tight, glutes are tight, we whip up just like that. Now, for the explosive motion in this exercise, you're just going to lean onto your object. Now you're not putting all your weight there, you're just stopping yourself from flying forward. So it should not look like this. It should look like this. Leg that whips up stays mostly straight in the back. It's okay if it has a little bit of a bend in it, but we don't want this. This isn't going to help our whip at all. What's going to help our whip is nice straight legs, strong butt, and activated thoracolumbar. All right? Lunge, whip. Lunge, whip. That's the exercise that I did all the time when I wanted to get the axe to aerial move, which was very challenging for me. I'll try it at the end of this video. No guarantees if I'll make it though. Next up, all we're going to need is a wall or something to support ourselves lightly on. This exercise, I'm probably going to put in a general workout as well because it's just really good for tricking and martial arts in general because it's mainly for the hip flexors, gluteus medius, and piriformis, which can get inflamed pretty easily with this. All right, so this exercise is called 10-10-10s. All you're gonna do, find something to support yourself on, the leg closest to the wall stays down, the one furthest comes up. Highest chamber you can manage, all right? Doesn't matter if the kicks aren't that high, but the chamber has to be as high as you can. You're going to hit 10 roundhouse, just like that. So if your kicks are low, make sure to come back and chamber high. If you can only roundhouse that low, bring the chamber up every single time, all right? You do your 10 rounds, and then while keeping up there, you work for 10 sides, just like that, all right? Keeping that chamber nice and high. 10 side kicks are done, you keep the chamber up there, and then you pull 10 Hawkeye hooks, all right? Just like that. All right? Every time comes back to the chamber, just like that. So this isn't really an exercise that'll help with explosive strength, but it will help with endurance and muscular activation of the hip flexor, gluteus maximus, medius, and of course, you need your obliques to stabilize your chamber, which will help with all of your whipping motions. Last on our list is the only compound exercise we have here, and it is a little difficult as well as being complex, but do your best for this one, all right? So this is the Kip Up Roll back. What you're going to do is hit a kip up and then roll back into position and repeat. So we kip, roll, kip. All right? So that would be level 1 with nice bent legs. As long as you're getting back onto your feet and rolling back down safely, using your hands to stabilize, as we don't want to strain the back of the neck, that is how you do the exercise. The more advanced levels, you'll start to use straighter legs when you do a kip up. So it's more like a whip onto your feet, like this. So, as you can probably guess, this is using a lot of thoracolumbar, as well as your hamstrings, gluteus maximus, and medius. All of the whipping complex of your abs and upper legs are going to be used in this movement. Don't do too many of them when you're starting off because you will get very sore very fast. If you think about it, doing a kip up is like the equivalent of doing a really fast deadlift with your own weight. So keep that in mind when you try these. Start off small until you're eventually able to get into the more advanced movements. Wouldn't recommend doing more than a set of, let's say, 8 to 10. So don't go for a marathon and do 20, or else you will be very sore the next morning. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video and the previous 2, because this concludes the 3-part series on abs in motion. Join me next time where I will probably start the legs series. I'm going to do a bunch of various videos in between, but the legs are obviously going to be the main powerhouse component of most of our kicks and tricks and all of that good stuff. So as I've said earlier, these are exercises, all of which I implemented into my personal training to be able to achieve all of these moves that use specific movements. Whips are going to come in handy very much later on for somewhat more intermediate and advanced moves, but even things like aerial, rise, touchdown rise, to an extent even butterfly kick are all going to use some sort of whipping motion. So it pays to not only strengthen those muscles, but also know how to activate them best. Now, as promised, here's my axe aerial attempt. This is one of the more difficult static whipping flips, but here we go. And there you have it. Strong glutes, strong core, and we're gonna have us some good whips. That's all for now, folks. Flying Hawaiian, outie.